From time to time, Al Roker likes to take a nostalgic look back at some of his childhood heroes, and we're glad he does because among them today, in fact, New Jersey's own Abbott and Costello. Before Al went on vacation, he left us this story.
What is the fella's name on third base?
What is the fella's name on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base.
They weren't artists. They weren't actors. They were, and continue to be, thanks to the 36 films they did, one of America's favorite comedy teams.
How come I owe you 10?
Well, what did I ask you for? 50. And how much did you give me?
40.
So you owe me $10.
That's right.
Bob Ferminick and Ron Palumbo are Abbott and Costello aficionados of the first order. We caught up with them in Lou's hometown of Paterson, New Jersey, inside the old Fabian Theater, the scene of 4 Abbott and Costello world premieres. They've written an affectionate look at the 2 comics called Abbott and Costello in Hollywood. It tells the story of 2 men from New Jersey. William Bud Abbott, the son of a burlesque theater manager who, after 25 years as the consummate straight man, teams up in 1936 with Louis Cristillo, an athletic kid who, after an early career as a Hollywood stuntman, makes it as a vaudeville comedian.
The first film they did was called One Night in the Tropics. And they were basically brought in on that, just to add some comic relief to the story.
I'm supposed to get $365, and I wind up with $1. Oh, gracias, senor.
It was January 1941. Turns out America really needed buck privates.
Attention!
It was incredibly well timed. They started shooting it about 2 or 3 weeks after the Selective Service Act was passed. And I think, obviously, the country was very war conscious, so there was obviously a great need to do this. The country needed to laugh. The drill routine was something they had done in vaudeville for several years, and when they shot it for Buck Privates, Lou would always add a little bit of business just to keep it fresh in the various takes. And if you look carefully, the soldier on the far end is laughing in several shots during the routine because it's basically comprised of outtakes.
What followed was a string of hits that kept them among the top 10 box office stars throughout the 40s.
We could get in somebody's car passing by and sort of...
The budgets were low, the profits were high, and Bud and Lou were keeping the studio open.
If Lou Costello's collection of bloopers was any indication, it seems the guys had as much fun making the movies as we did watching them.
Don't leave me. I saved your life, you lug. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here.
But behind the laughter, there were problems. Bud suffered from epilepsy, and Lou had his own medical trouble.
He suffered from rheumatic fever several times. In 1943, he missed a year of work when he was bedridden with it, and that was really at the peak of their fame.
November 1943, Lou's youngest child, his only son, Butch, accidentally drowned in the family swimming pool just days before his first birthday. Lou, with Bud's help, raised money to open the Lou Costello Jr. Youth Center in 1947 in Butch's memory. Dedicated to help the kids of Los Angeles, 45 years later, it's still going strong. But for Abbott and Costello, after 10 years at the top, the formula that had kept them going strong started to get a little rusty.
Their time really had run its course, and comedy was changing. It was the mid-1950s, and their stuff wasn't selling anymore.
A popular TV show fueled a brief revival, but after 20 years together, in 1956, Bob Ferminick says it was a quiet split. In the end, tax troubles and bad managers took most of their wealth. In 1959, a weakened heart took Lou Costello. Bud Abbott followed years later in 1974. What remains is what we have loved for the last 50 years. 2 funny men who knew how to make us laugh. What's not to love?
Another guy gets up and it's a long fly ball to be called. Why? I don't know. He's on third, and I don't care.
What was that?
I said, I don't care.
Oh, that's a shortstop.
In the radio version, it's I don't give a damn.
Oh,
I mean,
isn't that too hot to say on television?
I guess they must have thought it was.
Not any longer.
No?
We'll be right back.
Okay.